In this video, I'm going to show you how you can speed up your color grading workflow by setting up Powergrades. If you have a similar workflow to mine, this will save you tons of time every time you need to set up a new project. And I honestly wish I knew about this way sooner. So to start off, what is a Powergrade? If you go into your color tab, you'll see in your gallery that you already have a Powergrade album. Now you can make multiple Powergrade albums, and these albums will save stills with your node data, and those will show up in all the projects in that project library. Now what I like to do is set up Powergrades for my color management first off. So I'm gonna make an album for my input device transforms and an album for my output device transforms. And I also like to have a basic node tree template that I can just drag onto all my clips. Let's hop into the edit page and go to effects. And I like to take a text and just type in what my Powergrade is going to do. So let's start off with one that's going to take us from Rec 709 to DaVinci White Gamut. Now you can customize this how you want. This is basically just going to be the thumbnail for your Powergrade. I'm just going to quickly duplicate this and change the text. So I have another one set up for red white gamut log 3G10. Now for my output device transform, I'll just make one that brings me from DaVinci White Gamut to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. And finally, I'll also make one for my basic node tree. Now we have all these thumbnails basically ready, but if you hop into the color page, you'll see that you have 0 clips available. So what we need to do is put each of these text effects into a compound clip. So I'm just going to go one by one and add all of these into a new compound clip. So now that I've got all my compound clips ready, I can hop into the color tab and you'll see your clips appear. So now we can set up our nodes. So I want this one to take me from Rec 709 to DaVinci White Gamut. So I'm going to add a color space transform that's going to take me from Rec 709 to DaVinci White Gamut. And I'm just setting this up the way I always use these nodes. You don't have to copy this. Now that I've got all my color space transform settings set to where I want them, I can right click on my little preview here and click grab still. Now do make sure that you're hovering the right Powergrade album. I'm on my input device transform album and now I've got this one added here. And what you can also do is change your label. So I might want to call this CST R709 to DaVinci White Gamut. So now I'm just going to be a little lazy, copy this node, move on to the next clip and paste it. Now I'm going to change the input from Rec 709 to red white gamut and red log 3G10. I don't want tone mapping for this one, so I'm going to turn that off. And then I can go ahead and save this and change the label. So now for this node, I'm going to paste my color space transform on here as well, change my label to output device transform and just click swap right here. So my DaVinci White Gamut intermediate is my input. And I just have to change the output color space to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. Now for my output device transform, I do like to use tone mapping. So I'm going to set that to luminance mapping, set the value to the max, and also turn on saturation compression. So now I'm going to select my output device transform Powergrade folder, and I'm just going to grab a still and change the label. So now finally, I'm going to set up my node tree. So I'm not going to go into detail here about my basic node tree setup and how I use it to grade. If you do want to know about that, let me know and I'll make another video on that. But for now, I'm just going to stick to setting up your Powergrades. So this is what my basic node tree looks like, which I always use. Save this to the right album and change the label. It's not necessary to change the labels on your stills, but it does help to keep oversight. So now that we've got this all set up, I just want to quickly show you how you can actually use these nodes. So I'm gonna hop into another timeline with some clips. So I've actually not made an input device transform for an S-log conversion, which most of these clips are. So I'm just going to use this clip, which is in log 3G10. Now you can see you can just like drag that on there and you've got it already and set up. You can even like make a node at the end for your output device transform. So you can even add a node in between and place your node tree there. Now you might need to shift it around a little bit to make it fit a little better on your screen, but that's basically it. Now this might not seem like much, but in the end this is going to save you a lot of time on every new project that you're going to start. One more little tip I want to give you for speeding up your workflow is you can actually save your default project settings. So once you've got everything in here set up the way you want, especially your color management, you can actually go up here on these three dots and set current settings as default preset. Now every new project that you start will have these settings automatically applied to them, and in combination with your Powergrades you can quickly set up your color management in a matter of minutes. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.